Okay, my name's Doug Hardy. I work for Starfire Systems, and I'm the Vice President at Starfire Systems. Yep, Starfire Systems is a chemical company, and we design and manufacture pre-ceramic polymers that are used throughout aerospace, electronics, all sorts of industries. This workshop's been really insightful, really beneficial because the people who've been attending this workshop and people who've been presenting at this workshop are really, in a lot of ways, on the cutting edge of the technology. So from our standpoint, it's been a very useful workshop because we learned all sorts of new things that industrial players and universities are working on. Well, I think one of the most interesting things that we heard in the workshop was the energy storage market. That's really that's a huge market that polymer-derived ceramics aren't particularly in now. But we heard a few talks during this workshop that talk about how it's really a very logical place for these materials to be designed in because of the properties that they have. So yeah, that's one takeaway we have from this workshop, is that energy storage should be a very interesting emerging market for polymer-derived ceramics. These materials have a bright future as far as being adopted and into more and more applications. These materials have been around for many years already, and there has been some big applications for these materials, but perhaps not as many big applications as one would think. And I think that has to do with the fact that these materials have such novel characteristics that it takes a long time for industry to learn how to process these materials and how to take advantage of these materials. So yeah, I think I think the future's very bright for these materials. Now compared to 5 years ago, the materials are much more mature now than they were 5 years ago. But when you take a 10,000-foot view of these materials, they're really not not nearly widely adopted as I think we all think they should be. And so, yes, I think objectively speaking, they still have some maturity that they need to go through before they really hit the mass market for many applications. I mean, it's a very good workshop, and I would say that me and my colleagues at Starfire Systems, we go to conferences and we go to events all through the year, and I don't think that there's any in the space of polymer-derived ceramics. I don't think that there's any other workshop that happens that's quite like this. So, and what I mean by that is the international, especially the international aspect of it. I mean, there are conferences that are U.S. only because of export restrictions, and it's a totally different feel than the workshop here, where you have people from Europe, you have people from Asia, you have people from United States. So I guess my opinion is that this is a very good workshop. I think even this year compared to last year, it got a lot better, and I can't really even explain why that would be. But maybe last year since it was the first one, it was kind of like growing pains and figuring things out. But yeah, this was a really good workshop, and I think next year's workshop, I fully expect it to be even better yet. No, I guess one comment was last year it was in Wichita. This year it was in Boulder. It's also nice that to have a change of venue every year. So I don't know if next year what the plan is, but it is nice to go to someplace new. So if that's something the workshop organizers would consider, I think that would be good.